My neurons strike like a riot in a bottle of flame. Every thought overlapping like it's fighting for claim. I got synapse, crossfire shooting lightning through my brain. And I override the chaos just to keep myself sane. I'm a glitch-born soldier with a shockwave tongue. Heart rate sprinting like it owes someone. My mind hits overload, but I never get undone. I hijack the whole system till the panic gets done. I bend breakdowns backward, brute force override. Punch through the circuits where the nightmares hide. I rewire every impulse when the fear collides. And I burn out doubt with a heat so wide. My brain is a battlefield, a war inside. But I flip every ride like a switch in stride. I don't drown in noise, I ride the tide and roll the whole way with a storm implied.
Neurons snapping, circuits burn. Override when chaos turns. Mind on fire, but I return. Ride my fate in every turn. Break the storm inside my head. Rise again from what I bled. Rewrite fear in lines I said. Riot, override instead. Riot, override instead.
Yeah, now I'm speed running madness with a temper compressed. Brainwaves slamming like they fell in the test. Every glitch in my head gets violently addressed as I override the riot till the noise gets pressed. I'm a synapse sniper with a meltdown code, rewiring my thoughts when the dark explodes. I erase old fear from the newer roads and reboot the pain till a new spark loads. I outrun panic like an overclock storm. My mind deforms just to re-transform. I break through dread like a lightning swarm and reset my soul in a brand new form. I force control chaos with a venomous tone. Shut down voices till they leave me alone. I override noise in a self-made zone and rise from the ride like a king reborn.
Neurons snapping, circuits burn. Override when shadows turn. Mind exploding, but I learn. Flip the crash and I return. Break the storm and shift the tide. Face the fear I used to hide. Now the riot falls aside. Override and stand with pride, 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 pride. Riot, override instead. Riot, override instead.
Cali and Key ain't be up chillin' with me. Whoa, 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 yeah, 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 whoa. My brain sim snaps like a fuse line burning. This is right at my nerves with the world still turning. I feel upon a storm rising up and chilling. And I break out fast with a fear unlearning. I'm a black born beast with a glitch in my spine. Instinct override when I cross that line. Pattern to destroy me, but I break its design. And I spin through dread like it's lagging behind. I'm a nerve strike soldier with a pulse on fire. Spinning back a pressure with a whole empire. I don't bend when the instinct conspire. I snap the whole chain with a mind rewire. My thoughts hit combat mode with a shockwave kick. Reaction time spinning like a lunatic tick. I break out a trap when the panic gets thick. And I tear through fear like it's paper thin brick. Brick, 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 brick.
Brainstorm breaking through the chain. Override the fear and pain. Instinct screaming in my vein. Breakout rising once again. Fight the darkest thoughts contained. Tear the cage of your domain. Never bow to pressure's reign. Anthem built to break the strain. Anthem built to break the strain.
Now I'm firing reflex like a lightning vein. Brainstorm roaring like a runaway train. I break out rage when the pressure hits chain. And I outpace panic like it's stuck in the rain. I'm a primal reboot with a war-born tactic. Instinct slamming through the noise so frantic. I head on fear with a style volcanic. And I break free louder than a ride gigantic. I rise mid-chaos with a heart unbound. Instinct ripping every limit I found. I spit through battle with a thunderous sound. And my mind breaks walls like I'm stopping the ground. I override dread with a spark untamed. Crushing hesitation like a lion unchained. My brainstorm rolls with a force unnamed. And the world steps back when my pulse gets aimed. Break out mode trigger when the doubt gets near. Instinct sharp until I cut through fear. I escape myself in a new frontier. And return rebuild with a voice severe.
Brainstorm breaking through the cage. Override the inner rage. Instinct sets the watch to chase. Breakout rising page by page. Run the fire through the night. Tear the barriers from your sight. Every heartbeat builds a fight. Anthem born from raw inside. Anthem born from raw inside. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ain't that what you're oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Adrenaline hits like a spiral in a pressure storm. Heart rate ripping through the cages, the nerves dead form. I feel a wildfire rise with a fear felt warm. And I shatter every limit just to break my form. I'm a bloodstream rocker with a burnout roar. Every impulse striking like a thunder core. I don't crawl through chaos, I declare war. And I climb through fire till I rise once more. I spiral upward from a crash I made. Pushing through the panic that my past forbade. I drown hesitation in a war parade. And roll back loud with a strength upgraded. My veins ignite like a fuse in flight. Spinning heat through my body like a neon light. I don't feel the spiral, I own that height. And ascend through chaos with the will to fight. Adrenaline spinning high. Chase the storm into the sky. Burn the fear you can't deny. Rise beyond what makes you cry. Spiral higher through the pain. Break the weight that held your brain. Climb through fire unrestrained. Ascend stronger through the strain. Now I'm twisted through my limits it's like a cyclone nerve. Every doubt gets tossed like I lost its curve. I rise so sharp, I distort my curve and outrun panic with the force I serve. Adrenaline cracks in a violent flash, popping bolts through my ribs like a lightning crash. I turn every break down a few last dash and lock myself forward in a blistering dash. I'm a spiral born titan with a pulse too wild, rising from destruction like chaos child. Every heartbeat screams like the world revive, but I still go higher till the fear gets filed. I send through pressure with a storm rock crown, energy blowing every weakness down. I climb so far, even fate looks around like how the hell is he still unbound? How adrenaline rips through the paths I've been, spiral scorching to the cracks all mend. I rise from ruins with a will that won't end and turn every fall into fuel I sing. Adrenaline spinning high, tear the shadows from the sky. Every fear you crucify, rise above and amplify. Spiral through the breaking night, lift your soul and reignite. Push beyond the edge of sight, sin burning full of light.
Check it off. Check it off. Yeah. Panic in my veins like a live wire ripping. Every nerve twitching like the voltage is dripping. My heartbeat glitches like the system is slipping, but I flip that surge in the power when it's hitting. I'm a shock, won't fight it with a fuse line scream. Panic tries burning for my self-esteem, but I reroute fear like a lightning stream and overload doubt till it breaks the dream. My breath runs static with a blackout sting. Mind sparks chaos like a broken wing. Panic while humming like an evil thing, but I turn that noise into what I bring. I channel every tremor in a fast ignition. Stress turns fuel in a split transition. Voltage in my chest with a war ambition, and I surge through fear with a new conditions.
Panic wire, sparking flame. Flip the shock and change the frame. Turn the fear you can't contain into power in your vein. Voltage rising through the skin. Burn the weakness, breathe again. Fight the current, never bend. Surge and strike from deep within. Surge and strike from deep within. Surge and strike from deep within. Surge and strike from deep within.
Now the panic hits hard like a thunderbolt crash, pulsing in my bones like a whiplash flash. I break that cover with a counter slash and surge through danger with a riot slash. I'm a live wire rebel with a meltdown grin, rewriting shockwaves under my skin. Panic tries screaming but it can't get in, cause I burn that fear when my power begins. I overload circuits with a heartbeat roar. Panic breaks waves but I flood it more. My energy spikes through the mental war, and I stomp through dread like a grounded core. Voltage in my breath with a spark untamed. Panic hits traps but I can't be chained. I rewrite static in a storm self-trained, and the world steps back when my surge gets aimed. Panic tries choking with a barbed wire bite, but I flip the whole script in electric light. Rising through shock with a self-made fight, and I stand rebuilt from the fear ignite.
Panic wire, sparking flame. Flip the shock and change the frame. Turn the fear you can't contain into power in your vein. Voltage rising through the skin. Burn the weakness, breathe again. Fight the current, never bend. Surge and strike from deep within. 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 Surge and strike from deep within.
Yeah. My soul shuts down like a system crash landing. Darkness loading up faster than I'm understanding. Heartbeat stuttering like the pain expanding. So I pull that trigger till the dread stops standing. I'm a glitch-born ghost with a fire reload, dragging every broken memory down the road. I renatalize rage in a binary code and reboot my life in a manual mode. Fear tries running when my pulse screams back. Soul trigger cocked like a mental attack. I take my ruins, let the shadows stack, then blow the whole past. I'll just be in track. I break gold chains when my instincts burn. Reset my core through the lessons I learn. I resurrect strength in a violent turn and force my dead heart to reboot and return.
Soul trigger, hit the spark, pull me out the dying dark. Reset pain and mark the mark, starting over, leave the start. Reinitialize my breath, rise again from near to death. Break the void with what is left, pull the trigger, beat the rest. Beat the rest. Pull the trigger.
Now I'm firing up my spirit like a software patch. Every scar in my chest like a coded match. I reload trauma like a voltage batch, then overwrite fear with a soul dispatch. I'm a renaissance built from a war inside, rebuilding every fragment that I watch divide. I respawn louder when the shadows collide and break through hell with a force that's tried. So trigger cock over my breath turns thin. I reboot twice when the doubt runs in. I tear through fate with a war-born grin and spark my identity from deep within. I override breakers like a crash car drive. My spirit reloads with a massive strive. I rise so sharp the dark can't survive, and my fire burns just to stay alive. I'm self-renatalist with a savage tone. I rebuild stronger from the damage shown. I drag my fear from its fragile throne and reboot a version that stands alone. I'm self-renatalist with a savage tone. I rebuild stronger from the damage shown. I drag my fear from its fragile throne and reboot a version that stands alone.
Hit the spark. pull me out the dying dark. Reset pain and mark the mark. Starting over, leave the start. Reinitialize my breath. Rise again from near to death. Break the void with what is left. Pull the trigger, beat the rest. Sex hit the ignite the core. Reset pain you held before. Burn the fear you can't ignore. Rise rebuilt in something more. Reinitialize the fight. Storm the dark and claim the light. From the void you reunite. Triggered so forever bright.
Ain't no breeze, y'all should know it.
Yeah. I'll say. I'm stuck in a loop where the afterlife echoes back. Every memory playing like a panic attack. My heartbeat lagging like a system off track. So I reboot the whole with a blow that's black. I'm a ghost of myself in a glitch born bind. Afterlife feedback spinning through my mind. I hear my failures echo rewind, but I slam into the floor just to break that grind. Thoughts hit static like a corpse on wire. Soul half dead, but my pulse grows higher. I burn through the loop with a blackout fire, and I drown myself out with a war-born tire. I'm fighting an echo where the dead still scream. Looping through mistakes like a broken dream. I tear that playback at the shattered seam and override fate till I cut the scheme. Yeah, feedback pulling from the grave. Looping pain you couldn't save. Afterlife begins a wave. Rise and break the echo's cave. Flip the signal, cut the chain. Rewrite what the shadows drain. Break the cycle, breathe again. Loop reverse inside your brain. Yeah, loop reverse inside your brain. Yeah, loop reverse inside your brain. Yeah, loop reverse inside your brain. Yeah. Now I'm spiraling through the playback like a dead man's code. Afterlife static screaming in overload. I shatter repeats with a warborn mode and delete every echo that my past bestowed. I'm an undead riot with a pulse resync. Heart resurrected when the world's unlinked. I tear through the loop where the shadows blink and outrun death in the time it sinks. Feedback bouncing like a chain of dread. Every echo hunting every word I said. I rise mid-loop with a fire instead. Turning ghost-born trauma into power I bled. I override cycles with a soul unchained. Crack the loop open when the beats get strained. My voice hits back with a force regained. And the afterlife shakes when my will's maintained. And the loop tries trapping me deep inside, but I cut that script like a war divide. I resurrect loud with a feral stride and step out the echo reborn with pride. Yeah. Feedback pulling from the grave. Tear the chains of shadows gave. Loop a laughs and where you brave. Free yourself from echoes wave. Break the cycle, burn the night. Turn the ruin in a light. Afterlife can't steal your fight. Rise beyond a loop and fright. Yeah, loop and fizz and suit your bright. Yeah, loop and fizz and suit your bright. Yeah, loop and fizz and suit your bright. Lift the face and shoot your bright. Lift the face and shut your bright. Lift the face and shoot your bright. Lift the face and shut your bright. Lift the face and shoot your bright.
Yeah. Down motherfuckers, you motherfucking winner. Something better for that love, nigga. Yeah. Panic in my veins like a live wire ripping. Every nerve twitching like the voltage is dripping. My heartbeat glitches like a system is slipping, but I flip that surge and the power when it's hitting. I'm a shotgun fighter with a fuse line scream. Panic tries burning through my self-esteem, but I reroute fear like a lightning stream. It'll overload doubt till it breaks the dream. My breath runs static with a blackout sting. My sparks chaos like a broken wing. Panic while humming like an evil thing, but I turn that noise into what I bring. I channel every tremor in a fast ignition. Stress turns fuel in a split transition. Vulture my chest with a war ambition, and I surge through fear with a new condition.
Planet was sparking flame. Flip the shock and change the frame. Turn the fear you can't contain into power in your veins. Voltage rising through the skin. Burn the weakness, breathe again. Fight the current, never bend. Surge and strike from deep within.
Love. Now the panic hits hard like a thunderbolt crash. Pulsing in my bones like a whiplash flash. Break that current with a counter slash and surge through danger with a riot slash. I'm alive like a rebel with a meltdown grin. Rewriting shockwaves under my skin. Panic tries screaming but it can't get in, cause I burn that fear when my power begins. I overload circuits with a heartbeat roar. Panic breaks waves but I flood it more. My energy spikes through the mental war. Then I stomp through dread like a grounded core. Voltage in my breath with a spark contained. Panic hits traps but I can't be chained. I rewrite static in a storm self-trained. And the world steps back when my surge gets same. Panic tries choking with a barbed wire bite, but I flip the whole script in electric light. Rising through shock when a circ rate fight. I can't withdo for the fear with light.
Panic wire sparking flame. Flip the shock and change the frame. Turn the fear you can't contain into power in your veins. Voltage rising through the skin. Burn the weakness, can't begin. Fight the current, never bend. Surge and strike from deep within. From deep within. Deep within. Panic wire burning bright. Turn the terror into might. Pulse exploding through the night. deep within. Voices in my skull hit a schizo flesh spark. Every thought barking orders from the mental dark. I got a dozen different versions trying to leave that mark. So off the chaos like a flame apart. I'm a multi-voice out with a brain unbound. Each echo taking shots when the lights go down. I hear whispers clash in a dead man's town, but I drag them in the order so I wear the crown. My instincts glitch like a beast mid-break. Mind twisting sideways like a cracked landscape. I tame that flare with the force I make and reboot my soul when the shadows quake. I'm a monster soldier with a dual core rage. Voices overlap like I'm flipping a page. I sink the madness to a wall like Gage and wake myself up from the inner cage. Voices flare and break the mold like the fire uncontrolled. Shift the chaos you behold, protocol to turn you bold. Reignite the fire you hide, burn the fear you kept inside. Flare awakens when you guide, rise again and override. Now I'm waking every echo like a triggered alarm. Schizophrenia raging like a bomb on my arm. I rewrite menace with a self-made charm and weaponize the voices that meant me harm. I'm a reawakened phantom with a pulse rewired. Thoughts crash hard but I never get tired. I resurrect strength from the fear conspired. Step through hell like a mind on fire. Multiple versions shine in sync. Every kiss is sharper than I used to think. I fuse their rage into one instinct and rise through breakdown like I never blink. I'm a pull call force from a mental quake. Reawakening power that the dark can't take. I turn refraction in the moves I make and snap my fate like a rattlesnake. This is for me, but I lead that fight. Yeah. Flare combusting in the deadest night. Yeah. Voices flare and fill the sky. Burn the fear that made you cry. Wake the soul you forced to die. Protocol to amplify. Break the silence, break the chain. Rise, rebuild through inner pain. Flare returning once again. Reawaken and remain.
Wait a minute, move. Phone checking there. What's good? Let's go. My soul shuts down like a system crash landing. Darkness loading up faster than I'm understanding. Heartbeat stuttering like the pain's expanding. So I pull the trigger till the dress stops staying. I'm a glitch-born ghost with a fire reload. Dragging every broken memory down the road. I reading out of life in a binary code and reboot my life in a manual mode. Fear tries running when my pulse screams back. Soul trigger cocked like a mental attack. I take my runes at the shadows, stack them, blow the whole past so this beat in track. I break gold chains when my instincts burn. Reset my core through the lessons I learn. I resurrect strength in a violent turn and force my dead heart to reboot and return us.
Slow trigger, hit the spark, pull me out the dying dark. Reset pain and mark the mark, starting over, leave the start. Reinitialize my breath, rise again from near to death. Break the void with what is left, pull the trigger, beat the rest. Slow trigger, hit the spark, pull me out the dying dark. Reset pain and mark the mark, starting over, leave the start. Reinitialize my breath, rise again from near to death. Break the void with what is left, pull the trigger, beat the rest.
Now I'm firing up my spirit like a software patch. Every scar on my chest like a coding match. I reload trauma like a voltage batch. Then overwrite fear with a soul dispatch. I'm a renaissance built from a war inside. Rebuilding every fragment that I watch divide. I respond louder when the shadows collide and break through hell with a force that's tried. Soul trigger cock when my breath turns thin. I reboot twice when the doubt runs in. I tear through fate with the war-born grin and spark my identity from deep within. I override breakdowns like a crash hard drive. My spirit reloads with a massive strive. I rise so sharp the dark can't survive and my fire burns just to stay alive. I'm self-reading chillers with a savage tone. Rebuild stronger from the damage shown. I drag my fear from its fragile throne and reboot a version that stands alone.
Soul trigger, ignite the core. Reset pain you held before. Burn the fear you can't ignore. Rise, rebuild in something more. Reinitialize the fight. Storm the dark and claim the light. From the void you reunite. Trigger soul forever, boy. Reinitialize my breath. Rise again from near to death. Break the void with what is left. Pull the trigger, beat the rest. Yeah. Voices in my skull, hit a schizo flare spark. Every thought barking orders from the mental dark. I got a dozen different versions trying to leave their mark. So I flip that chaos like a flame I park. I'm a multi-voice riot with a brain unbound. Each echo taking shots when the lights go down. I hear whispers clash in a dead man's town, but I drag them into order, so I wear the crown. My instincts glitch like a beast mid-break, mind twisting sideways like a cracked landscape. I tame that flare with a force I make and reboot my soul when the shadows quake. I'm a mind split soldier with a dual core rage. Voices overlap like I'm flipping a page. I see the madness to a warlike gauge. I wake myself up from the inner cage. Wake the flame, break the mold, wake the fire, uncontrolled. Shift the chaos, you behold. Protocol to turn you bold. Ignite the part you hide, burn the fear you kept inside. Flare awakens when you die, rise again and override. Now I'm waking every echo like a triggered alarm. Schizo flare raging like a bomb in my arm. I rewrite madness with a self-made charm and weaponize the voices that meant me harm. I'm a reawakened phantom with a pulse rewired. Thoughts crash hard but I never get tired. I resurrect strength from the fear conspired and step through hell like a mind on fire. Multiple versions shouting and sync. Every conflict sharper than I used to think. I fuse their rage into one instinct and rise through breaking like I never will blink. I'm a protocol forged from a mental quake. Reawakening power that the dark can't take. I turn every fracture into moves I make and snap my fate like a rattlesnake. What's it for me but I lead that fight? Flicker my skin in the deadest night. I rise reborn with a blinding light and on the chaos self-rewrite. Feel deep in fabric, feel the sky. Burn the fear that made you cry. Wake the soul you forced to die. Protocol to amplify. Break the silence, break the chain. Rise rebuilt through inner pain. Flare returning once again. Reawaken and remain.
I feel a blood rush blast through the cracks in my chest, like a war drum hammer that refuses to rest. Every heartbeat detonates, ripping out of my stress, and I reboot my soul when I'm pressed to the test. I'm a self-made ritual with a furnace mind, blood surging like a storm, I can barely rewind. I resurrect my pulse when the world gets unkind and override failure with a rage redesign. I'm a ceremony built from scars on repeat, blood flow roaring like a riot in heat. I revive myself faster than the dread I meet, standing up through the tremor till the fear retreats.
My veins ignite like a fuse line drawn, pumping war through my body like a battle reborn. I don't wait for hope, I tear the dawn and reboot my heart till the pain gets gone. Blood rush, flip the circuit line, reset pain and redefine. Every drop becomes design, ceremony in my spine. Wake the fire I keep inside, burn the wounds I never hide. Rise again with amplified. Rush, flip the circuit line, reset pain and redefine. Every drop becomes design, ceremony in my spine. With the fire I keep the fire, break the wounds I never hide. Rise again with amplify, reboot raging over.
Now I'm surging like a shockwave, tearing through bone, blood pounding like a beast that refuses the throne. I reboot mid-crash in a world unknown, and I rise so sharp, even fear steps prone. Now my bloodstream firing with a meltdown kick, heart revving like a war engine firing quick. My pulse hits harder than the trauma I pick, and I flip every breakdown with a venomous trick. I reboot my spirit like a cold gone wild, blood currents roaring like a runaway child. I resurrect rage in a rhythm defiled, and I carve new strength from the chaos compiled.
I bleed through pressure with a vibrant core, overvalve heartbeat on a battlefield floor. I rewire storms till they fear my roar, and reboot myself even stronger than before. Blood rush rising like a ritual flame. I rewrite my purpose with a war-born claim. The ceremony branded with my own damn name, and I resurrect louder cause I thrive untamed. Blood rush, flip the circuit line, reset pain and redefine. Every drop becomes design, ceremony in my spine. Wake the fire I keep inside, burn the wounds I never hide. Rise again with amplify, reboot raging over. Blood rush, flip the circuit line, reset pain and redefine. Every drop becomes design, ceremony in my spine. Wake the fire I keep inside, burn the wounds I never hide. Rise again with amplify, reboot raging override. Reboot raging override.
I broke my heartbeat twice, then rewired the wreckage. Shockwave carving through my ribs like a violent message. I stitched my pulse with chaos as a razor edge method, turning breakdowns into blueprints that my fury perfected. I'm a self-taught soldier built from panic collisions, heart shock voltage punching through my fatal decisions. I resurrect a new rage every time hope's missing, and I slam my soul awake like a war technician. I write manuals in blood with a madness pen, documenting every fall that I rose from again. My chest lights up like a bomb when I breathe in sin, and I'm able to rail to the dread grows thin. I overclock veins to the beat gets bent, slice panic in half like a warhead sent. Take my heart out of fight with a violent intent, while violent deal when the darkness vents.
Shut my heart and break the chain, run through a fire and rise again. Every wound becomes my gain, having manual in my vein, having manual in my vein. Shut my heart and break the chain, run through a fire and rise again. Every wound becomes my gain, having manual in my vein, having manual in my vein.
Now I'm flipping my heartbeat like a switchblade spark. Every pulse detonates like a bomb in the dark. I resurrect twice when the damage hits hard, and I outrun death like it's losing a mark. Havoc in dinner with a storm-made core, rewiring the nerve like a blackout war. Crash, reboot, and responding more. I rise from the dead through a self-made roar. I'm a heart shot proper with a furnace throw, breathing fire through the cracks of the nightmares road. I revive myself faster than the fear I quote, and I shake the ground with a war-born note. I respond mid-room with a pulse that snaps, build my body from the wreck of collapse. Teach my soul how to bypass traps, and I break through walls till the whole plan cracks.
Use up my heart and break the chain, run through fire and rise again. Every wound becomes my gain, having manual in my vein, having manual in my vein. Use up my heart and break the chain, run through fire and rise again. Every wound becomes my gain, having manual in my vein, having manual in my vein. Use up my heart, use up my heart. Every wound in my vein, having manual in my vein. Like that. I'm stuck in a loop where the afterlife echoes back. Every memory playing like a panic attack. My heartbeat lagging like a system off track. So I reboot the hoop with a blow that's black. I'm a ghost of myself in a glitch-born bind. Afterlife feedback spinning through my mind. I hear my failures echo rewind, but I slam them to the floor just to break that grind. Thoughts instead like a corpse on wire. So half dead, but my pulse grows higher. I burn through the loop with a blackout fire, and I drown myself out with a war-born tire. I'm fighting in the echo where the dead still scream, looping through mistakes like a broken dream. I tear that playback at the shattered seam, and override fate till I cut the scheme. Fuck feedback pulling from the grave, looping pain you couldn't save. Afterlife against the wave, rise and break the echo's cave. Flip the signal, cut the chain, rewrite what the shadows drain. Break the cycle, breathe again, loop reverse inside your brain. 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 Now I'm spiraling through the playback like a dead man's code. Afterlife static screaming in overload. I shatter repeats with a war-born mode and delete every echo that my past bestowed. I'm an undead riot with a pulse resync, heart resurrected when the world's unlinked. I tear through the loop where the shadows blinking. Now run death in the time it sinks. Feedback bouncing like a chain of dread. Every echo haunting every word I said. I rise mid-loop with a fire instead, turning ghost-born trauma into power I bled. I override cycles with a soul unchained. Crack the loop open when the beats get strained. My voice hits back with a force regained, and the afterlife shakes when my will's maintained. The loop tries trapping me deep inside, but I cut that script like a war divide. I resurrect loud with a pharaoh stride and step out the echo reborn with pride. Feedback pulling from the grave, tear the chains the shadows gave. Loop collapsing where you break, free yourself from echoes way. Break the cycle, burn the night, turn the ruin into light. Afterlife can't steal your fight, rise beyond the loop and fright. Rise beyond the loop and fright. Rise beyond the loop and fright. Rise beyond the loop and fright.
My brainstem snaps like a fuse line burning. This thing's riding my nerves with the world still turning. I feel a primal storm rising up and churning, and I break out fast with the fear unlearning. I'm a blackout born beast with a glitch in my spine. Instinct override when I cross that line. Panic tries to choke me, but I break its design, and I sprint through dread like it's lagging behind. I'm a nerve strike soldier with a pulse on fire, spinning back at pressure with a whole empire. I don't bend when the instants conspire. I snap the whole chain with a mind rewire. My thoughts hit combat mode with a shockwave kick. Reaction time spinning like a lunatic's tick. I break out the trap when the panic gets thick, and I tear through fear like it's paper thin brick.
Brains still chain, override the hearing pain. Instinct screaming in my vein, break out rising once again. Fight the dark your thoughts contain, tear the cage of your domain. Never bout a precious rain, anthem built to break the strain.
Hey, hey. Now I'm firing reflexes like a lightning vein. Brainstorm roaring like a runaway train. I break out rage when the pressure hits chain, and I outpace panic like it's stuck in the rain. I'm a primal reboot with a war-born tactic. Instinct slamming through the noise so frantic. I tear down fear with a style volcanic, and I break free louder than a ride gigantic. I rise mid-chaos with a heart unbound. Instinct ripping every limit I found. I sprint through battle with a thunderous sound, and my mind breaks walls like I'm stomping the ground. I override dread with a spark untamed, crushing hesitation like a lion unchained. My brainstorm roars with a force unnamed, and the world steps back when my pulse gets aimed. Break a mode trigger when the doubt gets near. Instinct sharp until I cut through fear. I escape myself in a new frontier and return rebuilt with a voice severe.
Brainstorm breaking through the change, override the inner rage. Instinct sets the war stage, break out rising page by page. Run the fire through the night, tear the barriers from your sight. Every heartbeat builds the fight, anthem born from raw inside. Brainstorm breaking through the chain, override the inner rage. Instinct sets the war stage. Run the fire through the night, tear the barriers from your sight. Every heartbeat builds a fight, anthem born from raw inside. Anthem born from raw inside. Adrenaline hits like a spiral in a pressure storm. Heart rate ripping through the cage as the nerves deform. I feel a wildfire rise where the fear felt warm, and I shatter every limit just to break my form. I'm a bloodstream rocket with the burnout roar. Every impulse striking like a thunder core. I don't crawl through chaos, I declare your war, and I climb through fire till I rise once more. I spiral upward from a crash I made, pushing through the panic that my past forbade. I drown hesitation in the war parade, and I roar back loud with a strength upgraded. My veins ignite like a fuse in flight, spinning heat through my body like a neon light. I don't fear the spiral, I own that height, and ascend through chaos with a will to fight. Adrenaline spinning high, chase the storm into the sky. Burn the fear you can't deny, rise beyond what makes you cry. Spiral higher through the pain, break the weight that held your brain. Climb through fire unrestrained, listen stronger through the strain. Spiral higher through the pain, break the weight that held your brain. Climb through fire unrestrained, listen stronger through the strain. Now I'm twisting through my limits like a cyclone nerve. Every doubt gets tossed like it lost its curve. I rise so sharp, I distort my curve, and outrun panic with the force I serve. Adrenaline cracks in a violent flash, pumping both through my ribs like a lightning crash. Turn every breakdown into fuel I stash, and lost myself forward in a blistering dash. I'm a spiral born titan with a pulse too wild, rising for destruction like chaos child. Every heartbeat screams like the world revive, but I still go higher till the fear gets filed. I ascend through pressure with a storm rock crown, energy blowing every weakness down. I climb so far, even fate looks around like, how the hell is he still unbound? Adrenaline rips through the pads I've been, spiral scorch until the cracks are mend. I rise from ruins with the will that won't end, and turn every fall into fuel I send. Adrenaline spinning high, tear the shadows from the sky. Every fear you crucify, rise above and amplify. Spiral through the breaking night, lift your soul and reignite. Push beyond the edge of sight, ascend burning full of light. Spiral through the breaking night, lift your soul and reunite. That's beyond the edge of sight, ascend burning full of light.
I broke my heartbeat twice, then rewired the wreckage. Shockwave carving through my ribs like a violent message. I stitched my pulse with chaos as a razor edge method, turning breakdowns into blueprints that my fury perfected. I'm a self-taught soldier built from panic collisions, hard shock voltage punching through my fatal decisions. I resurrect a new rage every time hope's missing, and I slam my soul awake like a war technician. I write manuals in blood with a madness pen, documenting every fall that I rose from again. My chest lights up like a bomb when I breathe in sin, and I burn the fear out to the dread grows thin. I overclock veins till the beat gets bent. Slice panic in half like a warhead sense. Teach my heart how to fight with a violent intent. Breathe in my body when the darkness vents.
Shock my heart and break the chain. Run through fire and rise again. Every wound becomes my gain. Havoc menu in my bin. Rebuild life from what I lost. Burn the doubt and melt the frost. I stand up whatever the cost. High drug rise and never lost. Shock my heart and break the chain. Run through fire and rise again. Every wound becomes my gain. Havoc menu in my vein. Rebuild life from what I lost. Burn the doubt and melt the frost. I stand up whatever the cost. I'll try fast and work alone.
Now I'm flipping my heartbeat like a switchblade spark. Every pulse detonates like a bomb in the dark. I resurrect twice when the damage hits hard, and I outrun death like it's losing a mark. I'm a havoc engineer with a storm made core, rewire, renerve like a blackout war. Crash and reboot and respawn and more. I rise from the dead to a self-made bro. I'm a hard shot prophet with a furnace throat, breathing fire through the cracks that the nightmares grow. I revive myself faster than the fear I quote, and I shake the ground with a war-born note. I respond mid-room with a pulse that snaps. Build my body for the wreck or collapse. Teach my soul how to bypass traps, and I break through walls till the whole plan crack.
Shock my heart and break the chain. Run through fire and rise again. Every wound becomes my gain. Havoc menu in my vein. Rebuild life from what I lost. Burn the doubt and melt the frost. I stand up whatever the cost. Heart shock rise and never lost.
Damn, Molly Bang, go.
My cortex cracks like a fault line tearing the map. Every thought splitting open with a volcanic snap. The pressure in my skull feels ready to snap back. So I turn the whole collapse into a counterattack. I'm a brain-born warrior in a meltdown state. Thoughts combusting at a combat rate. Logic shakes harder than a shattered fate. But I stand in the debris with a stand-side rate. Synapses flicker like a battlefield light. Every impulse firing like it's built for a fight. I push through chaos with a nerve-sharp bite and carve out strength from the edge of night. My cortex folding like a storm inside. Fragments rain down like thoughts collide. But a weapon that's collapsed in a warlike stride. And march through the wreckage with a pulse amplified. My cortex breaking, shift the code. Rise and flip to combat mode. From the chaos you explode. Cut through fear and overload. Strength from breakdown you reclaim. Turn the fractures into flame. Fight the shadows in your frame. Combat born from where you came. Combat born from where you came. Now I'm marching through my cortex like a war zone glare. Thoughts collapsing under pressure but I don't despair. Each fragment turns weapon when it cuts through air. And I piece myself stronger like a build to repair. I'm a collapse born titan with a pulse on hunt. Breaking through dread like a frontline front. My mind hits battle mode with a razor blunt stunt. And I tear down fear like it's nothing but a run. Every breakdown echoes like a combat drum. Cortex crumbling but I won't play numb. I rise so sharp that the darkness comes. Just a step aside when my strength turns slum. I reload sanity with a war made spark. Reset vision through the mental dark. My thoughts hit frenzy like a beast on mark. And I carve new paths where collapse leaves mark. Course falling but my soul stands tall. Fight through ruins even when I crawl. Battle mode trigger through the mental sprawl. And I rebuild louder cause I don't ever stall. Cortex breaking, shift the code. Turn destruction to your role. Push your fire till you low. Combat fuel from what implodes. Rise from fractures never fold. Burn the fear you used to hold. Battle breaking through the cold. Collapse forge you on control. Facts, call me Getchin. Yeah, my cortex cracks like a fall line, tearing the map. Every thought splitting open with a volcanic snap. The pressure in my skull feels ready to snap back. So I turn the whole collapse into a counterattack. I'm a brain-born warrior in a meltdown state. Thoughts combusting at a combat rate. Logic shakes harder than a shattered fate. But I stand in the debris with a stand-side rate. Synapses flicker like a battlefield light. Every impulse firing like it's built for fight. I push through chaos with a nerve-sharp bite and carve out strength from the edge of night. My cortex folded like a storm inside. Fragments rain down like thoughts collide. Banging, put the nuts collapse in a warlike stride. And march through the wreckage with a pulse amplified. Yeah. Cortex breaking, shift the code. Rise and flip to combat mode. From the chaos you explode. Cut through fear and overload. Strength from breakdown you reclaim. Turn the fractures into flame. Fight the shadows in your frame. Combat born from where you came. Yeah, from where you came. Combat born from where you came. Yeah, from where you came. Combat born from where you came. Now I'm marching through my cortex like a war zone glare. Thoughts collapsing under pressure but I don't despair. Each fragment stomach turns weapon when it cuts through air. And I piece myself stronger like I'm built to repair. I'ma collapse spontaneous with a pulse on hunt. Breaking through dread like a front line front. My mind hits better more with a razor blunt. And I tear down fear like it's nothing but a run. Every breakdown echoes like a combat drum. Cortex coming but I won't play numb. I rise so sharp that the darkness comes. Just a step aside when my strength turns slum. I reload city with a war main spark. Reset vision through the mental dark. My thoughts hit frenzy like a beast on mark. And I carve now battles will collapse these marks. Cortex falling but my soul stands tall. Fight through wounds even when I crawl. Battle mode trigger through the mental sprawl. And I rebuild louder cause I don't ever stall. Cortex break and shift the code. Rise and flip to combat mode. From the chaos you explode. Cut through fear and overload. Strength from breakdown you reclaim. Turn the fractures into flame. Fight the shadows in your frame. Combat born from where you came. Yeah, be from where you came. Combat born from where you came. Yeah, be from where you came. Combat born from where you came.
Hey, my neurons strike like a riot and a bottle of flame. Every thought overlapping like it's fighting for claim. I got synapse, crossfire, shooting lightning through my brain. And I override the chaos just to keep myself sane. I'm a glitch-born soldier with a shockwave tongue. Heart rate sprinting like it owes someone. My mind hits overload, but I never get undone. I hijack the whole system till the panic gets stunned. I bend breakdowns backward, brute force override. Punch through the circus where the nightmares hide. I rewire every impulse when the fear collides. Then I burn out, die with the heat so wide. My brain is a battlefield of war inside, but I flip every ride like a switch in stride. I don't drown in the noise, I ride the tide and blow the whole wave with a storm implied.
Neurons and snapping circuits burn. Override when chaos turns. Mind on fire but I return. Write my fate in every turn. Break the storm inside my head. Rise again from what I bled. Rewrite fear in lines I said. Riot override instead. He can smoke, he's all I burn. Rise again from what I bled.
Now I'm speed running madness with a tempo compressed. Brain waves slamming like they're failing the test. Every glitch in my head gets violently addressed as I override the riot till the noise gets pressed. I'm a synapse sniper with a meltdown code. Rewiring my thoughts when the dark explodes. I erase all fear from the new roads and reboot the pain till a new spark loads. I outrun panic like an overclock storm. My mind deforms just to transform. I break through dread like a lightning swarm. I reset my soul in a brand new form. I push control chaos with a venomous tone. Shut down voices till they leave me alone. I override noise in a self-made zone and rise from the riot like a king reborn.
Neurons and snapping circuits burn. Override when shadows turn. Mind exploding but I learn. Flip the crash and I return. Break the storm and shift the tide. Face the fear I used to hide. Now the riot falls aside. Override and stand with pride. Break the storm and shift the tide. Face the fear I used to hide. Now the riot falls aside. Override and stand with pride.
Hey, boomer style. I feel a blood rush blast through the cracks in my chest, like a war drum hammer that refuses to rest. Every heartbeat detonates, ripping out of my stress, and I reboot my soul when I'm pressed to the test. I'm a self-made ritual with a furnace mind, blood surging like a storm, I can barely rewind. I resurrect my pulse when the world gets unkind, and override failure with a rage redesigned. I'm a ceremony built from scars on repeat. Blood flow roaring like a riot in heat. I revive myself faster than the dread I meet. Standing up through the tremor till the fear retreats. My veins ignite like a fuse line drawn, pumping war through my body like a battle reborn. I don't wait for hope, I tear the dawn and reboot my heart till the pain gets gone.
Love, love, rush, flip the circle line. Reset pain and redefine. Every drop becomes design. Ceremony in my spine. Wait the fire I keep inside. Burn the wounds I never hide. Rise again with amplified. Reboot, rage and override.
Now I'm surging like a shockwave, tearing through bone. Blood pounding like a beast that refuses the throne. I reboot mid-crash in a world unknown, and I rise so sharp, even fear steps prone. I'm a bloodstream tyrant with a meltdown kick. Heart revving like a war engine firing quick. My pulse hits harder than the trauma I pick, and I flip every breakdown with a venomous trick. Reboot my spirit like a cold gone wild. Blood currents roaring like a runaway child. I resurrect rage in a rhythm defiled, and I carve new strength from the chaos compiled. I bleed through pressure with a vibrant core. Overdrive heartbeat on a battlefield floor. I rewire storms till they fear my roar, and reboot myself even stronger than before. Blood rush rising like a ritual flame. I rewrite my purpose with a war-born claim. This ceremony branded with my own damn name, and I resurrect louder cause I thrive untamed.